what are some common mistakes schools make when trying to reach modern learners?
Mistakes that schools make. Oh, you see now. Oh, Lord, hold on, wait a minute. Let me say this. Let me walk through this carefully because
Tread lightly.
I don't need no principals or administrators calling me. Let's see. Mistakes that I think schools make is assuming that new teachers don't hold as much value as the veteran teachers. I think that's a big mistake.
Wow.
And I think there's not enough understanding of how to fill that generation gap. And what I mean by that, like I said, when I started education, it was coming off of that, it was coming into that Promethean board, technology, PowerPoint age, leaving the chalkboards and the overheads behind.
Yeah.
I had some really good dynamic veteran teachers on campus that had a lot of grassroots ways of doing things. But I was able to turn those into PowerPoints that would help all of us and not just me.
Yeah.
As I have been in my career in different spaces and different people are coming to mind, I'm not going to say their names. Lord knows I will not. But over my career, I felt like there was always a lot of resistance to adapt to technology in the classroom because there was I have to learn this. And I feel like teachers sometimes can be the hardest students.
Wow.
And so
That's
I
deep.
think that's the overall, and I think the issue is more so a lot of schools put in too much at one time.
Okay.
Like, okay, every year we go back, when we were going back and we would have these PDs, and it's like, you implementing this. I just learned how to use that last year. What, we not using that no more? What happened to that?
Changes like that?
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
it changes like every year. Like, it's this new initiative to get us here. And somebody has a bright idea in the summer, and somebody in the admin central office has a bright idea over the summer, and be like, we're going to use this. And then the district puts a lot of money into this one resource, but we haven't even finished utilizing the last resource that you just gave us.
Gotcha.
We're still trying to data track and figure out how to use this in our best way. And so that implementation of, okay, so I've been here 3 years, and in the 3 years we've had 3 different changes of initiatives, and I'm still on initiative 1 because it actually works for me and my kids.
Okay.
I don't have the time, the mentality, or the care to implement number 2 or 3 that you have put in place because I'm still trying to figure out how 1 is. So it's that thing of like, we're going to pay for these memberships and we want you to use it like today. But you haven't given me the time to figure out how this works in my classroom. So that implementation of like many, many things. And I would say another thing that districts, schools, administration get wrong, not putting the right people in the right places. It's really, and I get it because, teacher retire, you just want to fill in the gap and replace that teacher. But I think there's not enough time spent on saying, okay, is teacher A really in the best position for teaching seniors, teaching, 6th grade, teaching 4th grade? Like, does this teacher really give me the best impact? And it's not about necessarily having the teacher follow the students or anything like that, or it's just understanding, like, I get that you're rewarding the veteran teachers by giving them the softer grade levels that are not as complicated or whatever, but it doesn't give any support to new ideas when you have a team that's full of like it used to be when I was teaching, all the veteran teachers taught English 4 for high school.
Okay.
And I'm laughing because, baby, they did. Woo, it's high school in my head that I will not call out by name, but they know who they are. Because when I went there, we had some problems because I was the new teacher. And I was over there doing what I was doing, and I was becoming a favorite teacher, and I won Teacher of the Year. And some people got upset in their hearts because I was the new teacher that won Teacher of the Year. To the point they changed it the next year to where you was Rookie of the Year or Teacher of the Year. But we're not going to call out who that was, and if you hear this, you know who you are.
Wow.
But
they made a whole other category.
They was in a whole other category. But like I said, they rewarded like, okay, you've been here long, you're a veteran teacher, you get to teach English 4.
Okay.
But that stagnates some of those students with those teachers who are still in a certain understanding of how to teach because the new ideas don't get there. You get this team of teachers who like, this is how we do it. This is what we do. We've been doing this since 1990. Yeah, but it's 2010.
Yeah.
First of all, you should have went home. But I'm not going to, I can't send you home. But if you get a new teacher on this team, I shouldn't be outvoted just because y'all don't want to do it in a way that I see that this generation may adapt to.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the biggest mistake is like, it's like a lot of times administration, and I get it, you just trying to fill a hole. Hey, you got an English 1 teacher missing, I need an English 1 teacher. You got an Algebra 2 teacher missing, I need an Algebra 2 teacher. But they don't move the people that would make the biggest impact to make the schools move faster because they're trying to be loyal to the people that stay.
Wow. Things we don't think about in certain industries. We have no idea what goes on behind the scenes.
This 18 years and been through some stuff.
Wow.
I told you. I was like, you sure this is where you want to go with the questions? I got you.
Hey, speaking of the questions, got another one for you.